Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Football Weekly, sponsored by Regional Federal Credit Union. He's the head coach, Landon Fox. I'm Brandon Vickery. Let's talk about this past week's game at San Diego, and we'll get into previewing this week against Stetson. But, Coach, early in the game, the defense really shined, stopping a potent San Diego team, forcing punts on 4 of the first 5 possessions. Maybe what stood out early about the defense and what changed as the game went on?
You know, the one thing, and I'll give a lot of credit to the guys, is that we play extremely hard. And that's the expectation, so they know that, but you still enjoy watching them because they'll get to the ball. And then we executed very well early in the game, and we had 11 guys working as one, and we played very well. And then when we struggled, it's when we just didn't do our job. And just do your 1/11th. You don't have to make any exceptional play. Just do your job. And I even talk about, hey, if you're covering a guy and you give up a 10-yard out, that's okay. You just can't give up the big ones. And that's what happened to us later in the game, where we didn't execute and had some busted in coverages, and we struggled.
It's kind of the opposite for the offense, where it was a struggle early in the game, and then the third quarter found the end zone twice. Maybe what adjustments did you make offensively as the game went on? Yeah,
we struggled a little bit there in the first half, and some of it was execution, just making sure we were blocking the right people. But credit to the offensive staff and to the players of being able to come out and be able to make those adjustments where we felt like we could take advantage of a few things, and we were able to create a couple scores. And get some momentum. The problem was, very similar to maybe last week, if you don't turn the ball over right before half, it's 21-3, come out and make it 21-10, 21-17, and now you're in the game. But, you turn the ball over right before the half, and when you turn it over against a good team like that, they're a very, very good football team, and we turn it over, we're -4 on the day. And when you do that, you're going to struggle.
Let's talk about the receiving core. Obviously, coming into the year, it was a position of inexperience. The team had lost a lot from a year ago, but Ali Reese has really come on strong. What have you seen from him and your receivers as a whole?
Yeah, Coach Figueroa and the receivers, Coach Figueroa does a great job with those guys, and they've really grown. And we knew Ali was a very good player, and he's really came on here the last few weeks and making some plays and made some really tough catches. A Sports Center type play over the middle with the one-handed catch. But Deuce LaRose is playing well. JD Kaler is as steady as they come, consistent, and that's what you really like about him. So, it is a group that was inexperienced, but it has really been very consistent for us throughout the year.
I think one emphasis of yours has been doing some non-football things with the team, and this weekend was no exception. What did you do in San Diego to help make it an enjoyable experience?
Yeah, the one thing that I want to do is that this is way more than football in terms of being part of the Valparaiso University football program, but it's way more than that. So when we got in, we were able to go to the USS Midway and have those experiences together that bond you closer together, which actually does help you on the football field because of your closeness and you're playing for each other. But those are the things that those guys will remember for the rest of their lives. Hey, we went out to San Diego and played, but being able to do those things outside of football is what I want part of this football program.
We knew coming in the first 3 weeks of league play were going to be really tough against 3 powerhouses in the league. Maybe what have you learned about your team during these 3 weeks going up against the top-tier teams in the league?
Number one, I learned that we'll compete for 4 quarters, and that was an emphasis, that no matter what the score, take the score out of the equation, let's just keep playing, and we've done that. So I'm excited about that. What we need to get better at against every team, but especially these better teams, you can't beat yourself, and when you're in the minus in turnovers and turnover margin, you're making mistakes both offensively and defensively, and some just, I don't want to say easy, but just doing your job. That's the frustrating part, and not just frustrating for the guys. You want them to have success, and it's difficult if you're not doing those kind of things to have success on the field.
Well, this week you play a Stetson team that's coming off a win over Dayton. They led the game from start to finish. What did you see maybe looking at some of that game? What do you expect from Stetson this week?
Very athletic, both sides of the ball, very good athletes. Offensively and defensively, they couldn't be kind of 2 different identities. In terms of offense, simple, very simple in terms of their approach, but very effective. They know exactly, hey, if you do this, we're going to do that. And so not going to get into a bunch of different formations and just see how you play it, and then they're going to play off of you. And then defensively, they're going to get you people moving all over the place and playing a lot of zero coverage and blitzing you. So you're going to handle the blitz and have answers for that.
There is the head coach, Landon Fox. Note the start time this week as the game kicks off at noon at Brownfield as Valpo takes on Stetson. If you can't make it out, the game will be on ESPN+. This is Brandon Vickery. This has been Valpo Football Weekly. We'll talk to you again next week.